Hello and welcome back to installation and configuration of DirectAccess. My name is Brian with Econo-PC Solutions. This is going to be part 2, installation and configuration of the DirectAccess server. If you've watched part 1, we were going over configuration of Active Directory and NLS servers. So now we're going to go into DirectAccess server and begin installation. So let's go ahead and jump into part 2. So I'm going to go into my DirectAccess server, and from here, as you can see, it's still also in a work group. So we're going to go ahead and change all this to my domain. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and go back into my Active Directory server. And we're going to go into Tools, Users and Computers. And as you can see, my DirectAccess server is here as well. So we're going to go ahead and drag that down to Servers. And we're going to go into our security groups. And we're going to add this server as well to our servers security group. And click OK. Apply. And we're good. So now let's go back into the DirectAccess. And we're going to click OK. Close. And we're going to go ahead and reboot. Okay, my server has successfully rebooted. So the next step we're going to go ahead and do is install the DirectAccess rules. So we're going to go ahead and click on Manage, Add Roles and Features. We're going to go ahead and click Next, Next, Next. And under Server Roles, we're going to click on Remote Access. And we're just going to go ahead and click Next. We're going to leave our features set as default. Next. And from here, we're going to go ahead and click on DirectAccess and VPN RAS. And we're going to go ahead and add the recommended features. Click Next. Next. We're going to leave our IIS results as default. And we're going to go ahead and click Next and install. And this does take a moment or two to complete the installation. Okay, so the installation has been completed. So we're just going to go ahead and click on Close. And as you can see, we already have a notification to go ahead and open the Getting Started wizard. We're not going to use the Getting Started wizard. So instead, we're going to click on Tools. I'm going to go to Remote Access Management. And for the initial time, this does take just a few seconds to load. So once you open up the Remote Access Management console, you're going to click on DirectAccess and VPN. And we're going to click on Run the Remote Access Setup Wizard. This is a more advanced type of setup. And for this, it gives you the option for both DirectAccess and VPN, which was the recommended status. However, you never want to mix the two together. It actually does cause issues when using both DirectAccess and VPN on the same server. If you're going to use VPN, it's recommended using it on a different server other than the DirectAccess. So in this tutorial, we're just going to do deploy DirectAccess only. Alright, so from here, we're going to go ahead and click on step 1, remote clients. We're going to go to configure. We're going to leave this as deploy full direct access for clients and remote management. So we're going to click on next. And in this field, we're going to go ahead and add our direct access client security group. So we're going to go to add, DIRE, check names. We're going to do direct access clients. Click OK. And click next. Here, this looks like it needs to be required to enter, but you do not need to add any information to this field. The only thing we need to do is your help desk email address. This is used in the event that one of your clients has an issue with direct access. The logs can be sent to this email. So I'm going to just do admin@econo-pcsolutions.com. And this check mark here for allow direct access clients to use local name resolution is optional. It allows you to connect and disconnect from the direct access server at any point. For small businesses, it's okay to use, but when it comes to large enterprises and you want to monitor activity on the computers, this is recommend not to use this. But I'm going to use it for this example. So we're going to go ahead and click finish. Now we're going to go on to step 2, remote access server. So we're going to go ahead and click configure. And depending on how many NICs you're using, these will automatically configure properly. So if you're using multiple network cards, 2 NICs, it would automatically have selected behind an edge device with 2 NICs. I'm only using 1, so we'll stick with this. So I'm actually going to use the IPv4 address that I'll use for this server. And I'm going to go ahead and click next. And the majority of the times you want to use a public CA, which is coming from from people such as GoDaddy or VeriSign. If you're only connecting to Windows 10 clients, it's not highly needed, but it is recommended still. But in this example, I'm just going to use a self-signed certificate. And we're going to go ahead and click next. And if you want to enable Windows 7 client computers to connect, you would have to make sure you select this checkbox. So we'll do it. And then we're going to click on Browse. And just click OK. And we're going to go ahead and click Finish. Step 3 is our infrastructure server. We're going to go ahead and click Configure. This is primarily for our NLS certificate, or NLS server, which has the certificate for it for the SSL. So this is where we're going to use to configure our NLS server so it can be able to connect to the direct access server, and it will tell the computers, the clients that are connected outside of the network to be able to connect to this direct access server. So we're going to use the https://nls.econopcsolutions.com, and we're going to go to validate. And as you can see, connectivity to the URL was validated successfully. So we're going to click on next. this is our DNS server, and as you can see, this is automatically translated into IPv6. We're just going to leave everything here as default. We're going to click on Next. And we don't have to worry about this screen. So we're going to go ahead and click Next. And we're going to go ahead and hit Finish. And step 4 is optional. I don't use it, but larger companies will for their applications to work properly with DirectAccess. So from at the bottom here, we're going to go ahead and click Finish and Apply. And this does not take long. And it has actually been configured successfully. So we're going to click Close. Dashboard. And currently we're having some alerts saying that the configuration for the server has not yet been retrieved from the domain controller. That does take a moment to configure. So we're just going to hit refresh. It does take a moment for it to communicate with the Active Directory domain controller. And as you can see now, it's retrieved the information but has not yet applied to the server. And now you can see that it has successfully been distributed. And now we're all green. As you see, everything looks like it's up and running. So our next step is to go back into our group policy management. So we're going to minimize here. We're going to go to our domain controller. We're going to go to Tools, Group Policy Management. We got just a few more policies we need to create, especially for our disabling of IPv6 for our clients. So we're going to click on New. This disabling will be IPv6 transition technologies. We're going to edit this policy. We can go to Policies, Administrative Templates, Network, TCP/IP Settings, and IPv6 Transition Technologies. So here we're going to go ahead and go to Set 6 to 4 State. We're going to Enable and then Disable. Click Apply. We're going to do the same thing with ISOTAP State, Enable, Disable. And then the last one we need to do is the Teredo State, Enable, Disable. And then we're just going to click Apply. Okay. Close that out. And this one will be sent over to our clients only. Now, if you want to configure your Windows 7 computers, the first step we need to do is go back to our DirectAccess server. We're going to go to PowerShell. I take that back. We're going to click on Start. We're going to type in regedit for the registry editor. We're going to go to HKey local machine, system, current control set, we're going to go to services. To make it faster, we're going to click on R for the remote management service. expand that, config, and then parameters. The two things you want to document is DTE1 and DTE2. So what I will do is I will copy. I'm just going to take a Word document. And then I'm also going to do DTA2. And that's all you need from there. The next thing you're going to need to do is you would need to go to Microsoft's website, and you will be needing to download some files. And I have it right here. This is the DirectAccess Connectivity Assistant 2.0. This is something that will need to be had. This will be for Windows 7 clients. So we're just going to paste this in here into my server. And there are two things you're going to need. You're going to need this ADML file as well as the ADMX. And what you're going to do is you're going to open up another window and do %, win directory, %, / policy definitions. And this is basically adding the template into group policy. So we're going to take our ADMX file. We're just going to drag it right into here. And then we're going to go to our ENUS folder. Do the same thing with the ADML. And we can close this out. And this is going to be for our Windows 7 configuration for the clients. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to take that DT file and we're going to move this also to our Active Directory folder. And as you see, we have a few policies that need to be added. So we also need to add a WMI filter to our group policy. So we're going to come over here, click New, Windows 7 Clients. We're going to paste this, select asterisk from Win32 _ operating system where version like in quotes 6.1%. So we're going to click OK. Click Save. And also, one thing you want to do is in your group policy, we're going to delete these DirectAccess client and server settings. And we're just going to take it and drag it up into our organizational units. And for the Windows 7, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do New, DirectAccess - Windows 7 DT. We're going to right click, edit. We're going to go to policies, administrative templates. DirectAccess Connectivity Assistant. These are what we just put with the ADMX and ADML files. So for support email, we're going to do enabled, and the same thing we did with DirectAccess configuration. Admin at Econo-PCSolutions.com. For DTs, we're going to actually go back to that file that we had, the DTE. We're going to go show. Let's take our first IPv6. Go to view value and do ping : and our IP address. Now we're going to do the second one. Ping and our second IPv6. And OK. Local names on. This is the same thing for the Windows 7 client. How if you want the client to connect and disconnect from the group DirectAccess server whenever. So we'll just do enabled. Corporate resources. This one we're going to be using our. Whenever you go into the group policy or the DirectAccess, once we go back to our DirectAccess server, if you were to go to dashboard, the VPN and DirectAccess, if you click on the remote clients, as you can see, that one line that we left blank, as you can see, it has actually repopulated. It has populated this information. So we're going to use that information into our group policy. And I have actually copied that over here. And so we're going to go ahead and paste this. Now you want to have the HTTP in all caps, and then HTTP : / and this name. So we're going to click on OK. And then for admin script, we're going to leave that blank. So just click OK. Close this out. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to select this, Windows 7 DTE. We're going to delete the authenticated users. And we're going to add the security group DirectAccess clients. OK. And we're going to change our WMI filter to Windows 7 client. And we're going to click yes. And then we're going to drag this up to DirectAccess clients. And that will complete the configurations for our DirectAccess servers. Next up will be part 3, which will be configuring the workstations.